Thanks for being here. If you can hear me. Boop, boop. It's on. I always forget how to do this. Sorry. Let's see here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure something out here. All right, that's not right. I did this before. It should be like an advanced thing here, setting. Man, I forgot how to do this. I might just have to, might just be a live stream with everybody in there. I forgot how to do this. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're all set. All set, folks. All right. If you're still here, welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. It is Sunday. Not my typical day to come on, but I'm going to miss some time next week and I got to get some stuff done. So let's do it together. Make sure my camera image is right. And there we go. Welcome. Welcome, folks. Let's get started. My name's Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. This is a buck pelt right here. These are a couple of deer hocks. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some hocks. We're going to put them through these two baths. One of them's a little soapy. You won't see it. The other one is just rainwater. They're both pH balanced, so they're both rainwater. Then we're going to dip it into this tannin solution. It's kind of weak. It looks strong, but it's weak. Let me get my phone out so I can see what y'all say. Cooling off here tonight. Out of here. Leave my salt alone. Dogs. Okay. I can't see me very well right there, so let me turn the camera slightly or back it up. I'll back that thing up. All right, so I got these two hawks, and I think they're ready. They've been through drying in a vinegar bath. We're gonna put these and then drying again. We're gonna put these into this water bath that I've got right here, and then we're going to try dipping them. We'll probably keep them in this tannin. What I'm trying to do is keep this hair. See if y'all can see that. See, these are hawks, right? Leg pelts. Wes does his live right now. These are actually for him. So as far as I know, trying to get these two ready for him. He wants to make a knife scabbard. I've been doing lots of stuff here in Dad's Workshop, woodwork, and we've been doing lots of tanning recently. I don't quit things. I just kind of add things. So I'm going to get those like re-moisturized real quick in there. Take a look at the other ones I got too. I've got This one I might turn into actual hide glue because I'm losing hair on it there. And this is a squirrel pelt right here. So these are leg deer hawks. And then I've got two more over here that actually have the fur. I also have a raccoon pelt that I'm working on that was in tough condition when I got it. So we'll see how that goes as well. But thank you for being here. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. Right now we've got some animal skins and pelts that we're working on. Wash that salt off there. I'm going to pull these nails out of these ones too, so I might move my baths over. I also have a cannon bone to work as well here tonight. Not my typical night to go live. I realized that, so apologize to all my friends who are live that I'm stepping on their toes. I know Wes is live. I have to go live one more time before this week. I'm going to be busy, and I'll miss a whole bunch of live streams. So these are a couple more leg hawks right here. I've been working. This pelt is really ready to go into a vinegar pickling bath. It's been salt dried all the way. So now we're going to take these hawks off today. If I got my hatchet here. Carefully, you know. The two things I understand that preserve hair on a pelt if you're trying to keep it, which after this pelt, I'm not going to really try to keep hair much anymore. This one I wanted to get right because I have one inside where I lost the hair. The two ways are salt. My understanding is salt and pickling. I've also heard alum, but you know, I've never gotten a lot of detail on that. Seems to be shrouded in mystery there. My hands are getting a little messed up from this too. I suggest wearing gloves when you go through these different processes. My hands are getting real dried out, kind of messed up from the process. So welcome to Dad's Workshop. If you said something in the chat, I apologize. For some reason, I'm way behind here, but I am happy to have you here. Thank you so much. This is a, this one's not, it's not feeling so dry. This has also been through a brining. And I'm thinking though, how much drier. It does feel supple, and it has been up for a minute, so I don't know what's going on with it. I might actually put that through the bath too. There's no paint by numbers way to do this. This is the way I've been taught. Somebody important said that one time who knows this trade pretty well. Sometimes these nails with their little ridges on the outside get stuck in the pelt. It's a little tricky to pull them out. I almost have to unscrew them. It's almost like they're threaded. Different than other fabric. If you could call leather a fabric. All right, so we have our 4 nails in there. And since they're ferrous, right, we want to get them out of there because they're going to cause black spots. You can't leave them in there. Especially when the tannins get in there. Tannins react to ferrous metals. Now, this one wants to shed hair a little bit. Now, if these shed hair, I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to fix them or whatever. I will probably turn that into hide glue. I'll just wait till they're dry, chop it up, and turn it into glue. And that's pretty easy to do. You just wait till it turns to rawhide and cut it up into strips and boil the mess out of it. Make sure you double tap that screen, like this video. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thanks. Trying to get this nail out here. Should I zoom in a little so y'all can see? We're going to work the big pelt too. Max Reed, what's up, buddy? Machine Gun Max is in the house. Machine Gun Max. Welcome, buddy. How are you? You guys can see my Crocs from that angle. I want to pull this last nail out of here. Also, finish the dovetail box other than the bottom for the giveaway. So do become a subscriber or a member. Members will get multiples higher chances of winning the box and other things that I give away. pretty soon I'm going to start to give away like mini pelts and little things, little knickknacks that we make out of the pelts. So definitely become a subscriber, become a member of the channel. Sorry, this concrete piece that I poured where I keep my nails, it actually went in to hold a piece down in tanning bath. So you can see how tannins actually will tan concrete as well. Pretty cool, right? What? Nah, you're in here. You're the other people. What's up, Carrie? There you go. Get your fix on Sunday, right? Carrie's a longtime friend. Thank you, Carrie, for being here. Right now, yeah, I have. I'm gonna miss some streams next week, so I feel like I need to do something today. It helps me distract when my team loses too. They're just so bad. I can't watch football on Sundays anymore. Should have got myself a little bit better towel. Am I right? What's happening today? All right, Max, Machine Gun Max. What we are doing today is we are taking the furred pelts of deer, their legs right here that I have stretched and put salt on and dried out. And I'm going to wash them here in this first bath of rainwater to get that salty brine off of them and prepare them for the next thing, which is I have another bath of water right here. But this is a tannin solution, and I made this out of pecan shells and another tree called mimosa. I took the pods of that tree and I ground it all up into a fine powder, and I boiled it in water. And the resulting solution is a tannin bath. And what it will do is it will tan the leather. I can bring my other example out here and show y'all in a little bit too. Shannon Stewart, 5680, welcome. So that's what we're doing in here, Machine Gun Max. Kind of see the difference between these two. This one sat a little longer than this one, right? So the one on the right that's white sat a little longer than this one before I was able to get to it. Yep. Same with I worked the skull yesterday, but I wouldn't dare show you that because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But definitely, like yesterday, I skinned an entire skull. I don't want to gross anyone out on here. I did take a video, which will be an adults only video on my channel or for members. So thank y'all for being here again. Yeah, I look a little heavy on with this apron on, like the muffin top. I'm at my lighter side right now. Apron is not complimentary. Yep, you can make coats, you can make purses, and actually when leather is, not to get too specific, Max, because I know you're like 10 years old or 11, sorry, 12. How old are you, Max? But leather that's made in this way can be machine washed. So it's really good leather. It takes a long time to make, but it can be machine washed. So that's why we do it this way. It's a traditional way from the old country. The way the Indians did it here is they actually would use the brain, and they would moisturize it with the brain, then smoke it over a fire. That's what they would do. That's a little on the slimy side. So what I think I need is I need some soap. If I feel slimy or fat, like fat content on there, what I need to do, and I hate to move this big pelt right now, is it needs to be, what do you call it, scudded a little bit. So we'll scud it. We'll scud it on the beam here for a second. Let me move this. Big hide. And I have a piece of bone here that came from the ankle. I'll use that to scud it in kind of a traditional way. We'll put the camera over here. It's all feeling a little on the greasy side. That may be something. What they would tell you to use here traditionally is wood ash, right? Wood ash, and the fat will turn to a sort of soap through the saponification process. I'm just going to scrape this a bit here. I've got some soap in here I'll use. It's a small amount. Obviously, you all know, if you know me, I make soap. Not on animal products. Actually, it has no animal products in it. That's kind of a self-contradiction. Like, my soap is usually like almost vegan. Try to do things the ethical way. Thank you for being here. My name's Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. Right now, I'm scutting this little pelt. It's kind of greasy, and that grease will prevent it from taking in tannins properly. Yeah, so there is still some tissue here. I forget what they call this. There's a name for it. It has dermis in it, but it's not epidermis. It's not subdermis. It's something else. This is a bone from the ankle bone of the same animal that these pelts are from. People are kind of disconnected from these practices because they don't need them anymore, but you never know when you might need something again. I actually see there's a tendon running through this whole leg. That's going to have to be pulled. If you don't mind animal stuff, that is correct. If you don't mind animal stuff, Max, you know, there's something for everyone. A majority of the world has to do animal stuff. They don't really have the protein in their diet or ability to get protein to where they can avoid or sustain what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for, Carrie? To not do something. Cessate eating meat products, or you know, because like they need to. There we go. That's actually sinew right there in the sheath. Still, it's just kind of stuck to the pelt. Yeah, those are all those moose, man. The moose are that'll kind of test your mettle as a hunter because of the amount of weight and the responsibility it is to do something with all that meat. I'm gonna get this dog out of here. So the reason I did that, guys, is not to gross you out, but because it seemed greasy to me, and I don't want it greasy when it goes into its next process. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to let the dog bark a little. Put for a rabbit, I would be sad. But we need to eat its nature. That's correct. I mean, obviously, I have no problem. A large amount of my family, a large portion of my family, is vegetarian or pescatarian, and so this. But they understand that this kind of thing is. They know me. You know, if you know me, you know I'm not going. I'm not harming animals for the fun of it or for the lights. I'm not doing this for the lights either. This is a genuine subsistence skill. Oh, someone may be here. My hands like need a couple days break from this, and the cuts from yesterday cleaning that skull too. I got some cuts. Yes, that is called a full cape. Right now, I have the full cape from that last deer, right? But it's separated into two parts: the head and the body. I did completely skin the head. With the eyes, I only made one mistake. It took me about 4 hours to skin this head. The mistake I made was around one eye. I did not get the tear duct. I missed it, and I made a bad cut there. And so I feel bad about that. But I would show it to y'all, but it's like viewer discretion is advised stuff. You know, even more advised than what I'm doing now because it's still fleshy too. And I wouldn't dare deflesh that skull on which I did a lot of yesterday actually. Turns out dogs like that. A little greasy, these deer hawks. A lot of tanners won't save these. It's not worth their while. They have a bunch of, like, they put their energy into the larger pelts. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on one second, y'all. Hey, put the shut to the up. Oh, holy, come on. Don't you dare come out here and start barking. My goodness. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Don't do that. Ain't nothing out here. Psycho. Barking at nothing. Well, this is the soundtrack, I guess, then, guys. For some people, that's better than silence, right? Hmm. 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 Mess my numbers up. Crazy. Same thing on these. These felt just no, not as bad, but still slightly greasy on these. I might put these in a vinegar bath first before I do tannins. But we're gonna try one thing that I was told you could try by an expert. Hopefully the dog barking is not too overwhelming, guys. I was taught that you can try to paint on the tannin. Now you always want to start with a weaker tannin bath so that you don't case harden, which means in tanning, it means locking out the tannins by putting too much tannin in initially. So hold on, I'm going to get like a little paintbrush. We'll try that with this one here. Get the little paintbrushes over here. You can also try Q-tips. Doesn't seem like it's like enough tannin, but we'll try that. So this is tannin right here. This is made from pecan shells and mimosa pods that I ground up. It's real weak, actually. It's not a strong one at all. We'll paint that on. Two things that lock hair in are salt and tannins. Now this is still a little fleshy. I'm not gonna lie, I think I probably should scrape this one a little bit. There's a lot of different things. They say put it through lime, put it through soda ash or whatever. Not soda ash. Soda ash is what comes from soap. They put it through burnt wood. I might have to take another pause real quick. I can't think. My same guy on my tanning videos too. He has a chicken that does that. Just buck, 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 buck. Okay, 1 second, y'all. Be right back. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing the best I can here. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to pelts. We were working this little hawk here. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. So this bone actually came from this deer. So I'm using its own bone kind of to, if that's not sustainable, I don't know what is. What I was doing before was painting on tannins, but it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. It does seem to be, though, as I look at that, I'm seeing it paint certain areas. I think this needs to soak in a possibly vinegar to get this grease out. There is like a greasiness to it, or I need to use soap, but I don't want to lose the hair, so I don't want to keep the pH too high. The pH goes high, I lose the hair on there. So I might let this sit in here. I'm going to get some vinegar. I'll put some vinegar in there, but then I have to neutralize it. That's the other thing. Hey, Depression Talks. How's everybody doing? Sorry if I, yeah, we got a bunch of beagles here. Whole bunch of beagles there, Machine Gun Max. I haven't scudded this one here. Definitely, as I put these in this bath, I feel the greasiness kind of, which I could see being a problem. I didn't think, as I dried them, you know, I thought, wow, these are bone dry. But then you rehydrate them, it seems like you got to scud them here like this. And I feel that's drier there. Like this part generally is a part that's overlooked by, see you later, Max. It is pretty late, isn't it there? This part called the hock is a part that's generally thrown away by tanners and leather folks. That feels tacky to the touch. I think that's ready to go in the tannin. So we're going to put it in this kind of weak tannin bath. And the rule of thumb for tannins is if you make it and you cook it and you can stick your hand in it, it's cool enough to put skin in. If it's too hot to put your hand in, then it's too hot to put skins into. So don't put hides into it if it's not ready for that. Oh, Max, good luck on your test, buddy. Good luck on your test. Thanks for being here. This is from the same animal here. We'll do the same thing again. Scud it. If you're a little aggressive with it, it seems like it gets the grease off. So I'm going to try this. You don't want oiliness and greasiness when you're trying to tan. But I don't want to put these things through a million different pHs. I just don't know that you have to do that. I'm highly skeptical of this, and I'm going to find out, maybe the hard way, if you have to do that. But I'm getting conflicting information about how you soak these things and what you put them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I think. And I've already soaked these guys in vinegar, brine for a long time. So I'm not going to put them in no soap or baking soda. I'm just going to rinse them and scud them. After I scut them, meaning it's what I'm doing now, or scud them, I'm going to put them in the tannin bath. So now I'm feeling that's tacky to the fingers. Hopefully the hair is now locked in because we salted it for a long time. And we put it into the tannin bath. Yummy, right? Not trying to gross folks out. This is a process. Appreciate everybody here. Thank you so much. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. Right now we are scudding pelts. These are, you can see there's membrane there. That's got to go for sure. Let me see if I've got some sort of a, because that's going to be quite a bit. These might get resalted. But let me scud it first. Still feeling a little on the greasy side on these edges. Maybe I go after those edges a little bit. So there's some membrane I'm seeing. Sometimes it's hard to tell, is it grease or is it membrane, you know? Like subdermal fat tissue, almost like a skin. I think this is the one I tried to tan because I'm looking at it has a few little tan colors to it. Welcome, folks. Thanks for the like. Double tap that screen, like this video. What I'm scudding right now is a deer hawk. This one's from a fairly young deer here. Well, actually, both deer were unfortunately young. This was a buck. So a male. I think I may have ruined the hawks from the last deer just because they didn't get the proper bathing and attention. I think they went into the tannin bath too soon. Not ruined, like I didn't ruin them. You could still use them for like rawhide or see the hair is still well preserved on that. Feels less greasy to me right now. I'm not 100 on this. It's not something that you can just sit down and you're done in a minute. Kind of one of the things I like about it. It takes a lot of handwork. Very mindful, right? And it can be gross, so it scares people away, and I like that too. I will be on tomorrow, but then I will miss several days because I will be with the kids and the fam for Thanksgiving. So I wanted to have a day today to go live, at least to make up for some of those days where I won't. I'll try to make some shorts with the kids. My kids make pretty good videos and they like to participate. So, especially Julian. Yeah, you can be pretty aggressive with that, I think, once the hair is set, guys. Because as I'm going at it, I feel like it's getting really clean. I'm happy with how that feels and it looks. It's not super greasy. So as I'm scraping it, after just putting it in a rainwater bath here, it was salted and cured for, I don't know, a week or so. Now you need to do it longer for larger pelts. You have to salt them and cure them and dry them longer than this. But these are small, so they dried fast. And I think they're going to be nice. These two right here were for Wes Does It for his knife scabbard. Now, I don't know how to sew, but hopefully he does. and he can make a nice scabbard out of them. We can make them more firm depending on how we tan them, right? And that's the next process. How we tan it is super important, and you can do it slow over a very long period of time too. Thank you for those double tap that screen, like this video. Thank you so much for being here. Little mini, this is a deer hawk, a deer ankle. It's going to go into this tannin solution now because I think it's not, well, maybe up here. A little bit of membrane right there. Let me go after this top spot right here. And then you can scud it, take it out of the tannin bath, you agitate it, mess with it. It's like it wants you to tinker with it. Some things like plants, you have to be careful with how much you tinker with them. Some of them like that. Other ones, you got to know when to leave the plant alone, right? But also the plant's not made of glass in general. So like if you're doing bonsai or you're taking care of plants or training plants, it's like that too. Maureen, welcome. Thank you for being here. Maureen's Heather's mom. Check out her TikTok channel. If you're a TikTok folk, because she has a pretty good TikTok channel. She's had some hits on there. There, I got to plug Maureen's channel. I don't think she has a YouTube channel. She definitely has a TikTok. That was pretty good. Now, the other option would be if you feel like it's too greasy and you're gambling too much on this. Like I still feel like it still really feels weird right there where I'm not happy with it so much. Right now I'm scraping it with a bone that actually came from right under this. I made a sharp edge out of. So if you're in the wild and you end up with this bone, you can use the bone itself to scrape the meat. And depending on how you work the leather ends up with different qualities. It's either stiff, like a belt, or it's soft, like a garment or a glove. All right, so that's the tannin bath right there, and we got like the little hawks are in there. I'm gonna put them in a larger container than that probably, but that's them in there. Carrie's out of here. Take care, Carrie. Glad to have you here. Thanks for coming. All right, I don't want to get this next pelt very wet. I also have that other hawk over there, but I'm not so concerned. I'm not so convinced that one is going to be good enough for giving away or sewing or anything like that. But those hawks are in here. It's not feta. It's a veg made out of different barks from, well, in this case, pecans, right? And pods from the mimosa tree. Thank you, everyone, for being here. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. Sorry for the camera adjustment. I'm going to bring my big pelt down and work it for a minute before I call it. So we're going to work the big pelt. We'll work the muskrat pelt as well. All of these kind of need daily work. I don't want to add any schmutz to it. This is a muskrat pelt here. Can y'all see? Okay. This thing is almost dried, so it's almost ready for that next that next bath, whether it's vinegar and brine, like a pickling bath, or whether I'm going to put it in rainwater, because I'm not super convinced by the pickling. Oh my gosh, really loud. Sorry, guys. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name's Calvin. Thank you for being here. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to. Give us a gift so that we can keep this going. Also, there's memberships available. Tap that little $ down in the corner and become a member. We're going to give away this dovetail box here that we made on the channel. I'll probably throw a few furs in there. All we got to do is create the bottom for it out of a couple pieces of walnut, and that'll get sent to a user, whether it's a subscriber or a member. Members will have more opportunities to win. I'll be sending a ton of stuff out, all crafted items, you know, gift worthy stuff, and we'll make sure we get it out before Christmas. I'll do the giveaway soon, so that if you want to regift it, right, which is very understandable. I want this to stay supple. I'll tell you, with the muskrat, it seems really waterproof, but also a stiffer leather based on what I'm seeing. But we'll find out. We'll know. We'll only know once it's tan. And this is the buckskin. I also have a raccoon. I'm getting ready to work here in a couple of days. I'm still working. I was kind of a tough situation with that one. Hey, thank you, Maureen. Thanks for the Sunday. Appreciate that. Thank you. We take any and all gifts. Thank you for the gift. Let me get my little drumsticks and do a little drum roll for the gift. Get a towel too. I got a lot of moisture on that bench. Do a little drum roll for the gift. Just your average Sunday night in Dogtown. Oh, here we go. Drum roll, please, for the Sunday. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you so much. One more, because that was a bad drum roll. Thank you for the gift so much. That's how we keep it going around here. What you're looking at is a buck pelt. This is a white-tailed deer, in case you're not from the U.S. and you're unfamiliar with our variety of deer here. I'm going to tip this back a little bit because it is touching the table and I don't really want it to. Now, having touched salt as long as I have now, and what's happening to my hands, I'm starting to think that those guys that worked in the salt mines had it really tough. Really tough. Their whole skin, their whole body probably like this. Yeah, this is a buckskin pelt. This is where those hawks, a couple of those hawks that you all saw came from. It is almost preserved. I've gotten it dried almost all the way. You can see it's real stiff now. It's not supple anymore. It's going to have to be put into, oh my gosh, I can't even think. Let me think for a second. I'll back the camera up. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it is almost completely dried, which means preserved, right? And so we're working on that now. I'm going to let it dry additional time. Generally, with a pelt like this, it would be stretched over a frame or a hoop. I've done pretty good with it because I've been out here every day with it, but there are a few wrinkles in there that I wouldn't have, like here in the middle near the spine. You can see where the spine was. Near the spine, you see those wrinkles. I wouldn't have those wrinkles if I stretched it out over a frame. So next time we'll do a frame, but I think I can do without it. You kind of got to work these though so it doesn't crack and turn into rawhide on you. Man, I really appreciate y'all coming out tonight. I'm probably going to, I want to say one more thing before I leave today. So if you're a tanner and you are tanning using bark, don't take chunks like this, even if the bark has tannins in them, and put it in your tannin bath. And the reason I learned this is because I made the mistake. See how that's now tanned? It absorbed all my tannins. So a bunch of chunks like this took half the tannins out of my bath. Man, I really appreciate everybody tonight. I want to say thank you to you for coming out to a special Dad's Workshop. I will be back tomorrow. Make sure you double tap that like, subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in this kind of content or any of our content, check out our videos. I have videos on all sorts of craft content. And check out the channels of my members as well, who pop up in here. Appreciate everybody being here. We're going to keep doing what we're doing here. Do the next right thing, folks. And I will see you later. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. And I am out of here.